Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. I hope you're all doing good. I'm back today with another transfer video, and there is obviously quite a few things to talk about today, which I'm very excited to chat about. Obviously, I'll be speaking about Skelly, him hopefully signing a new deal, Thomas Partey, him leaving. I'm going to speak about that in more detail. Obviously, Mendy got present. I'm just going to go over the latest on that. So yeah, I hope you all do enjoy my show today, and I hope you all can join me today. I hope you're all having a great day as well. And obviously, I'll be back every day when there are new updates. So, yeah, big up to everyone as well that is watching my show today. Before we get started, do like this video, do subscribe here too if you are new around here. And yeah, let's get started. So, I'm going to start off with Thomas Partey because I have done videos regarding him, regarding that situation. Um, and you know what? It's been interesting because I did think at first Arsenal were going to extend his contract because, as we all know, his contract ends this summer. Um, but yeah, it does seem very much now that he's going to leave Arsenal. I'm under the impression that this is because of the wages that Arsenal won't match his um match what he wants. I think that he wants a certain amount of money and they won't give him that. And I think, I don't know, it doesn't particularly sit great with me. I mean, I feel like, does he want to play for us or does he just want the money? I mean, I don't know how you guys view that situation, but I think I obviously am okay with him leaving if we can bring in a good replacement, but it's going to be hard to find a replacement. We know Partey has been a very important player for us over these last few seasons, and especially last season, he was fit for so much of that season for us, and he's definitely been an important player for us in that midfield. His experience as well has really helped us. And yeah, leaving as a free agent as well, it's disappointing. We do really want money for him, so that's obviously disappointing. And it has, according to reports, Arsenal were offering him a year-long extension, with another year on top. So I definitely get the impression that Arteta wanted to keep him at Arsenal, and wanted to extend his deal. But obviously, I think Partey. I get the impression Partey is happy at Arsenal, but I don't think he's happy with the money, the wages, that stuff. So yeah, definitely for me, I find it quite interesting, really, about the situation. So right now, as I said, nothing has been announced, but it does seem to me that he's going to be leaving the summer on a free, which is obviously a bit of a shame. I mean, as I said, I think as well, maybe this could be another factor that Thomas Partey also have in his mind that he isn't going to be a starting player. He's not going to play as much as he might want. I mean, I reckon if Partey was staying at Arsenal going to next season, I reckon that Mendy would have gradually started and then got more minutes. So I think Mendy would have been a starter at Arsenal next season. So maybe Partey's thinking to himself, you know what, I'm not getting the money that I actually want, and am I going to get the game time I want as well? So yeah, that for me, I probably might go in his mind if he thinking to himself, am I getting enough money? Am I getting enough game time? So yeah, I'm definitely interested to see that. As I said before, for the Fenerbahce, Turkey, those have been the links that has been yeah, interesting. And be up gonna fan is Thomas Partey leaving. I think he is, and we need a quick fix. Big up Champions 25. Um I just think for me that if it's going to happen, we have to be prepared. Going to next season, we have to bring in the right players because if we're being completely honest with, Zuba, Mendy, Rice, Odegaard, one of them will have an injury at some point, and we don't have much rotation. Now we have players like Marino, Havertz can play midfield too, but we really want a good replacement for Partey. He's been at the club for 5 years. He's been a good servant, and he's obviously played a lot of football for us. And it's going to be hard to find someone at his level. So I feel like for me, it would be good if we could obviously bring in someone that can be as good as Partey. But as I said, it's going to be hard to find a replacement for Partey. Um, Big up yourself. Gunnar fan, how are you? Newcastle United should sign Anthony Elanga, Pedro, £100 million deal for Newcastle United and Rashford. Yeah, Newcastle are obviously probably going to have a busy summer as well. Obviously, for them, definitely got to keep Isak. I know Isak's been linked to Liverpool, which I would that would I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that would break my heart a bit because everyone knows I love Isak at Arsenal. I don't see Isak coming to Arsenal, but I definitely would like that to happen. That would be really nice. But yeah, so yeah, Isak could be moving to Liverpool, but I don't. I think that's going to be hard for that to happen. I think Newcastle definitely want to do all they can to keep him there. But I'm definitely fascinated to see the window unfold. Every team's something's different going on for every other team, so I'm fascinated by that. So yeah, Partey, that's sort of the latest news on Partey that it is looking likely that he's going to go. So Arsenal need to find a replacement quite soon because that's not ideal. Now let's talk about Lewis Skelly next. Obviously I did a video about talking about him, about links to Madrid, and as I said, I took that with a pinch of salt because it's not happening yet. I don't need to be worried about that. Obviously, Arsenal now have interest in extending his deal, which I think is really positive news for Arsenal. I think obviously we saw Gabriel Magalhaes extend his deal, so I think this is another positive bit of news. As I say, it's always good for Arsenal to sign players, but I think it's just important to keep your important players here. So for me, I'm really happy with this news, considering we've all heard about Madrid showed interest in him, and that's bound to happen. He's had a really good season for Arsenal. The big players are gonna, you know, mm, there are gonna be other teams that do want your big players at the end of the day, and that is gonna happen. But as I said, for me, really, really happy to hear this news. As we all know, Lewis Skelly last season, he had such an incredible season. I mean, he's obviously been consistent. He's been playing most games, and I think we all, when you look at the teams, he's that player that really excites you when you see him there. So for me, I'm personally really happy that Arsenal are wanting to extend this deal. And as I said, he is Arsenal through and through, so he'll definitely want to stay as well. I think this is obviously positive news because and no doubt next season that he is going to get better and other clubs will be sniffed around and other clubs will want to get Lewis Skelly. So I think it gives you that comfort and you can relax now as fans knowing that he is going to be at Arsenal for a little while. And yeah, obviously I don't know how long he'll stay for, but obviously we'll know that his contract does expire 2026. So for me, as I said, this is only positive news, and I'm hoping as well throughout the summer we'll definitely see more contract extensions. We all know Gabriel Magalhaes has signed a contract extension. Skelly definitely seems to be the next one, and obviously I love Guarneri to stay, Saka as well. Saliba and Tross are the two players that I do have my worries about. I mean, Trossard, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't mind if we did get a bit of money for him. But if he wants to be a squad player, if he's happy with that, I'm also okay with that too. With Saliba, I'm under the impression that if we don't win anything anytime soon, then he will leave. So I feel like it's important for these players to sign these deals and extend their contract. So yes, and maybe we're going to have to see what happens with that. But obviously, I'm excited to see Lewis Skelly sign a new deal with Arsenal. I think it's definitely great going to a new season as well, knowing that he's committed to Arsenal. He's ready to be here, and as I said, he was so important for us last season at left back, and he did so incredible, and he absolutely deserves this. So yeah, obviously Lewis Skelly signing a new deal is definitely very very exciting. Um, Leaving for game time is fine. Leaving for money is great. These guys earn more on an hour than I do a year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, if he's not happy with the game time, then you can't argue with that. I think that's very reasonable. But as you said, if it's due for money, then that's a joke because they get enough money as it is. I mean, I think footballers get paid a bit too much. So, yeah, obviously, it's an interesting one. I personally think he's not happy with the money, which I think is a bit crazy, but as I said as well, the game time is going to be different for him next season. Even if Partey was staying for a new year, he is going to be fading out Arsenal in the next year or two anyway. He isn't going to be that big part of our future. I mean, our future of Arsenal players like Skelly, Saka, Neri, Gabriel, Raya. So he's not going to be at that part of our future. But I think it would have been nice for Partey to maybe sign for a year for that experience. But yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going to He's going to stay. And big up Kevin. Skelly is the future of the club. Absolutely agree. Big up Kumar. Scared of Liverpool and City signing players. I mean, yeah, I mean, they're signing players and we're just another day goes by and it feels like we're doing nothing. So, yeah, it definitely feels like not much is happening with Arsenal right now. So that is definitely an interesting one for sure. Mendy, there has been an update. I'll be honest with you. Obviously, this one has been a bit of a weird situation because when the season was growing, it was pretty much a done deal. Romano announced it as a done deal, and you think when the window opens, he is going to be that first player that we're going to sign. And obviously, right now it is pretty much very quiet on that front. So yeah, but I have heard some news from Fabrizio Romano. Arsenal are going to pay a bit more than 60 million for the release clause as part of the pact with Real Sociedad for the Mendy deal. Um, this fee will be higher but allow payment installments as the club share a good relationship. So it is looking like that situation is developing. I'm not bothered about the money, to be honest with you, because I know he would definitely improve us next season. I just want us to pretty much announce this deal. I want this deal to be done soon because I think, as I'm pretty sure you all guys feel the same, but I'm just tired of this situation. I just want it to be announced now. I want us to finally confirm it. But it does seem as though that it's pretty much going to happen soon. I mean, if Romano's tweeting that, then that definitely feels likely to happen. So yeah, we're going to have to wait in these upcoming days to see if Super Mendy is going to be announced. As I said, I'm not bothered about us paying more for him. I don't really care about that. I think he's going to be a really important player in midfield for us next season because we don't know about Partey. I definitely think he's going to leave Arsenal. I think if he stayed, he would have signed it by now. So I think that situation has happened. But if we don't bring in a replacement for Partey, Zuba Mendy is probably going to have a lot of pressure on his shoulders. I mean, he's going to have to step up. I mean, I have no doubt he's going to have a great partnership with Declan Rice, but it's going to be a really big season for him. Next season, especially if Partey's not here, so we are probably going to have to rely on Zuba Mendy a lot more if we don't have a replacement. But I no doubt Zubimendi is going to be a key factor in Arsenal's midfield next season. I'm definitely excited to see what he can bring to the team. And yeah, I hope in midfield that we get to see more goals, more kind of assists, and more exciting things to happen. But obviously, if Partey, it does feel like we've got to fill that big hole now. If he's leaving, it's going to be hard to find a replacement kind of at his level. But I'm definitely excited to see what is to come for Super Mendy next season. And obviously, we all know the pre-season's coming up, so I do hope that we can hurry this up a little bit more. I do get the impression that people are starting to panic now. I mean, I always say it is what it is. If Arsenal haven't prepared enough, if Arsenal haven't done the right business, then that's on them, and they only have themselves to blame. But I think as Keane was saying, that you're seeing other teams around you, like Man City and Liverpool. They're literally bringing in players, and it feels like we're just here doing nothing. And I just want us to sign at least a few players. Obviously, the pre-season's never anything massive, but I definitely think it helps you prepare for the season coming up. And I think it would be important to see some of our new players get some opportunities to play. But yeah, we're going to have to wait and see whether Zubimendi is going to sign anytime soon. But it could be announced after the Club World Cup, that situation. But I just don't know at this point what is going to happen with that. But yeah, as I said, the latest with Zubimendi is that Arsenal have paid more than they probably expected, which I'm not bothered about. I think if we can just buy him, bring him to Arsenal, get him ready for the new season, as I said, I'd be happy with that. That'd be obviously really good. So we just need to get that sorted. And, I do wonder when that medical was going on. I generally don't know what's going on with this deal, obviously, and or we can. I think with Romano, you can I definitely see him as a reliable source. There has been a lot of transfer rumours lately that have been a load of rubbish, but yeah, it definitely is sort of a crazy time of the year with these rumours. Obviously, with Gokeres, not too much to sort of update you guys on. I know I did a video about Sesko saying that was looking likely that was going to happen. The back and forth with Sesko and Gyökeres, it's exhausting because I just don't know who we're going to get at this point. Obviously, I'm under the impression that Gyökeres is quite keen to come to Arsenal, and he wants to be here. Obviously, he has rejected some other teams, which says a lot. I mean, he's rejected Juventus, Al Hilal, and yeah, obviously Arsenal did put a bid in, and I think they obviously want a big price for him, but yeah, he does seem keen to come to Arsenal. He does seem keen to obviously come to the Premier League, come here for obviously like a new challenge. So yeah, as I said, I think he's definitely a priority. I think him and Sesko are the ones that Arsenal have shown an interest in. At this point, I don't know which one of them are going to sign. I don't have a clue right now because Arsenal, with Arsenal, we seem to be interested in Sesko, but then we also have our options open when it comes to Gyökeres. So I'm fascinated to see who we do sign, but obviously we all know getting that striker is going to be possibly the most important thing that we could do at this point. So yeah, obviously Gyökeres, that's pretty much the news on him. We all know that we'd love Arsenal to sign him. I mean, I'd be pretty happy with Gyökeres, but yeah, obviously right now he's just showing his interest in Arsenal. And yeah, I think he pretty much just wants to come to Arsenal. But yeah, it's nice to know that he's obviously rejected other clubs, and I know I mean, when I first spoke about Gyökeres, it did seem like he wanted to go to United, and he's obviously rejected United now. I think it's definitely, if he comes to Arsenal, he would definitely fit in how we play. I think he's definitely going to improve us. I think if we are going to get him, then I think we need to get him soon. As I said, I mean, you want your best players to be there, especially in the preseason games, like because we can have an idea of how he plays and fit into that. So yeah, obviously we're gonna have to wait and see if Gyökeres. I'm just tired of the saga with him, Sesko. I just don't think we've really shown any interest in any other strikers. I mean, Isak would have definitely been a lot of money. I mean, that he would have definitely been over 100 million. Um, and to be honest with you, I probably would have paid. I'd have paid that for him. I know we've got to improve in different areas. I know we've got to improve in obviously our midfield. The left wing, I've said so many times, that's important. So I feel like we have a lot of other areas that we definitely need to improve on. But obviously, right now, it does seem like Sesko Gyökeres are our main sort of interest right now. So I'm obviously fascinated to see who does come to Arsenal, who do you bring in. I just hope that it will get announced soon because I think we're, we're all pretty tired of this back and forth stuff. But like I said, I was actually expecting Stephen Mendy to be announced by now. I'm pretty shocked. It hasn't, and obviously I'm pretty, tired of saying the same old stuff about it. I just really hope that he can be announced, as it would be great to see him, come to Arsenal, get some preseason games, and see what he's about. So fingers crossed, we'll definitely, hear some news about that as well. So that is obviously the latest on Zoom Mendy about that update about him. Obviously, Arsenal spending more money on him, which I'm okay with. Obviously, I think as long as as long as he's playing, then I'm going to be happy. But as I said, I think next season he's going to have a really big role in the midfield, especially if Arsenal aren't going to sign a midfielder. I'd be so shocked if we didn't. We need a replacement. I think we need to start looking now at replacements. When will Zoom Mendy be announced? Honestly, I'm hoping it's really soon because, as I said, it feels like just definitely feels like it's been a really long process this summer. I mean, as someone said before, you're looking around you and you're seeing other teams make the business, and we're just sat here twiddling our thumbs. That is what it feels like. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to just see when he gets announced. But as I said, I hope it's sooner rather than later because it is again, you see other teams around you do well, and you know what? I just felt now would be the time to bring in a player, and I felt we're just doing it really slow, and it's just really. I'm just so annoyed about it all, to be honest with you. They got run. What is behind the delays and the signings? It would be good for the club to make a statement, even if only a general one. Yeah, that's a really good comment. I don't know, honestly. I mean, I think as you mentioned, that if we sign, say we signed, Eze as an example, that would definitely be an statement sign, and that would give fans a lot of hope going into next season. Because like right now, we don't have much hope and belief. I think we're all quite deflated. And I think if Arsenal decided to bring in like an Eze or whoever we bring in or a Sesko, that would give us all a bit of belief going into that season. But right now, it just feels so kind of draining and exhausting, knowing that we're doesn't feel like we're doing much right now. And obviously you've seen Liverpool sign quite a few players. They're doing really well. I look at Liverpool as well. They've had a good season. They've won the league, and they're not messing about. They're wanting to build on this. And if I was Arsenal, I'd be thinking to myself, you know what, we've not had a good season at all. We have to do better next season. Let's start off the window. Stephen Mendy should have been signed a lot sooner. I would have obviously signed him first and then brought in more players. But as you mentioned, like you said, right now, it just feels like not much is happening. And it's like back and forth with Stephen Mendy, and not Stephen Mendy, Sesko Gokras, like back and forth with that. Um, so I generally have no idea what our next move are. I'm just like, yeah, I just hope something happens soon because it is just getting quite annoying right now. So yeah, I do really hope that we are going to see more incomings happen. And we haven't actually seen many outgoings happen. I have heard, Fulham want Reece Nelson, so that'd definitely be a good move for him. I know we've obviously got quite a few loan players that I spoke about before, like Vieira, all of that. So I think Arsenal definitely do have money. I don't think that's an issue for us because I know we've generated money with obviously players that we might sell, and um, obviously if we can get rid of maybe I think now is definitely time to make some money for Zinchenko. I do think we need to kind of do our best to keep some of our best players like Kivior, because I think for him, like obviously he had such a good season, and we all know how good he is. Stepping in for Gabriel, I wouldn't really want to get money for him now because I feel like he's so important for us. But also, it might come down to that, as I said, it might come down to having to make money for some of these really big players. Um, Put optics as it looks like club inactivity and or player disinterest. Yeah, I just this window is driving me crazy. All the transfer announcements are delayed on purpose to keep the fans engaged, otherwise there would be nothing to talk about. I feel like right now, if we just sign one player, like say Sesko came in, I just feel like we need something to be excited about because right now I can pretty much say a lot of us don't feel excited. I mean, we obviously hear rumours, which obviously do give you some level of excitement, but obviously right now we're hearing stuff, but what is actually true? I mean, obviously Kepper is pretty much a done deal. I know that for sure because we all heard that is definitely a done deal. So as I said, I'm happy about that. Smart move from Arsenal. Steve Mendy, I do think it's done. I don't know why it's taken that so long. And those two we could all say would be good for Arsenal, but I'm not actually sure what Arsenal are doing regarding the left wing because I know we've heard Rodrigo. I know Alanga was sort of a bit of a conversation with us to talk about, but I don't really know what Arsenal have their plans. I mean, as I said before, Rodrigo, he is going to cost a lot of money. Are we going to spend that on him? That is another worry I have. I don't know if we would, spend say 90 million on him, 90 million, and we're going to have to spend 80, 90 million on a striker anyway. So it's going to be a lot of money for us. But as I said, we've just got to do what we're going to do going into the season. If it costs us that much, then it's what we're going to do because at the same time, Liverpool have improved already, and we need to be. I'm worried as an Arsenal fan looking in. I mean, you've seen Liverpool, Man City, and then United have had quite a few rumours, and they're doing pretty good as well. So I feel as though we've really got to just start doing things quicker. I mean, as Kevin said, I mean, they're going to be things will be delayed to kind of make you wonder what is going to happen to keep us interested. But as as Ron was saying, I think it was Ron. it'd be nice for us to just at least sign one player so we can be excited about something because obviously right now nothing is happening and we're just waiting, hoping that something will happen. So I just don't know what else I'm going to do. And this was the same thing in the January window. Like I generally believe we would sign someone in January. Um, Even Watkins. I mean, I never thought we would get Watkins, but that was sort of I was sort of thinking like I'd rather Arsenal just do something and not do anything at all. I do think Arsenal have done panic buy signings in the past. I mean, Sterling's a good example of that because let's be honest, Sterling really um, didn't improve us at all. So I feel like for me, Arsenal just have to bring someone in. I know right now we've got a lot of time. You know, we have got ages, but obviously going to pre-season, you do want your signings, especially your attacking players. You do want them to be there and getting ready for the new season ahead. So for me, Arsenal definitely need to move it up a little bit. We want to see some players come in. I think as fans, like we just want to be excited going to the season, and I can definitely say right now, I don't. I just feel quite tired of the saga. Like I'm just quite, yeah, tired of it all. But yeah, obviously right now it looks like Partey's going to leave. Lewis Skelly signed a new deal, which I can't complain about. I'm quite happy about that. The new deals will definitely be exciting for Arsenal, for sure. Um, Obviously, as I mentioned, the Gokras one, I do think he wants to come to Arsenal, but I just didn't know if Arsenal would pay that price for him. So yeah, there's definitely quite a few rumours going around at the moment. So yeah, we are going to have to see what happens with all this. I'm going to end the stream, guys, in about 5 minutes. So please do send in any questions you guys may have for me. Obviously, as I said, I'll be back pretty much every day when there's new updates because literally with this window, there's new updates all the time. There's always something new to talk about. And big up to everyone as well that is watching this. If you're new here, as I say, do hit the like button for me and do subscribe here too if you are new here, and do send in any questions you guys have before I end the stream. I'll be on here for about 5 more minutes. But I really appreciate anyone that has joined me today. As I said, I just hope that back in the month it would be nice to at least talk about a signing. Like right now, um there isn't too much to talk about other than the sort of rumours that are going around. So I do apologise there hasn't been much to kind of go over with the windows. Not really, we've not signed anyone. I mean, other teams like Liverpool are doing really good, and we're just we're just sat here and not much is happening. I wouldn't be surprised, as I said, if Thomas Partey was the sort of next announcement because it definitely does seem to me that he's going to be gone for sure. He's going to be the next one um, to leave. Obviously, I mentioned before about Zinchenko. He has been linked to AC Milan, but that has calmed down a bit. I would be annoyed if we did actually keep Zinchenko because we have a great way of getting money out of him, and if we're gonna just keep him, I don't know. I just feel like I'd rather get the money for him now when there's a club interest. While we have a chance now, I think we should definitely get the money for him. That is what we're gonna do. Um, Be Ron, so do you have any club contacts? If so, offer your channel for any transfer exclusive cheeky for sure. Would be great for the club and their biggest fan. Oh, thank you so much, Ron. I am going to get more guests on here as well. Next week and the week after. I want to get people's thoughts as well on the window. I mean, it's pretty bad right now because not much is happening. But yeah, I'll see what I can do as well. Obviously, when more things happen, I will be getting more guests on as well. But yeah, right now, literally not much is happening with Arsenal, so it's quite hard because there's not too much to talk about other than the Gokras situation, Partey as well right now. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing more content as well with that. So big up Bron, so thank you for that as well. Yeah, so obviously with the women's transfer window as well, that is pretty much open, so I can't complain at them. I think Chloe Kelly. I'm pretty sure Chloe Kelly is. I just get the impression that she is on the verge of signing a deal. So I'm obviously hoping that does happen pretty soon because that would be amazing news for us. So yeah, here's hoping that we can get some positive news soon rather than later. And thank you so much, Kevin, for tuning in again. I do really appreciate it. Good to see you as always. Thank you, everyone that has tuned in to watch my show today. Really, really appreciate it. As I said, when pretty much any news breaks online, I will be here. I will be here to do video and chat with you guys. So yeah, big up to everyone. Thank you all for watching my show today. And it was a shorter type of one, but I will be back soon again, doing content on the women's, the men's. So yeah, big up to you guys. Thank you all for your support as well. And I will see you very soon. Have a lovely day, everyone, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.